time for the Loco Sports Lowdown. Here are your hosts, Justin Jarrett, Wes Kerr, and Max Araj. Hey, Loco Sports fans, welcome to a new week. It is Monday night. We got Monday Night Football, Game 3 of the World Series, both on the TV, but where else would you be but here with us talking sports in the Loco, competing for our audience tonight, boys. So we'll see how many folks show up, or if we have a lot of folks watching in the morning.
It is the 31st ever sports equinox, where all of the four major sports leagues.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Hockey, baseball, basketball, and football, man.
And
that's crazy. I forgot about that.
While we're talking about the equinox, we fall back this weekend. Don't forget that this weekend.
And a presidential election. There's a lot going on.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. If you haven't voted yet, go ahead and get out and vote. Lines aren't too bad. I'm hearing 45 minutes or so. Not too bad. You might get luckier than that. And so go get it done, because you're gonna wait longer than that on election day. I guarantee you that. Sure. Presidential elections, you might remember a time you just like walked right in and voted. That was not a general presidential. That it doesn't go like that on general presidential. You're going to be waiting in a line somewhere. So you want to get that done.
Early voting is underway.
It is fully underway. I'm done. I got her done.
I voted this past week as well. So
here's a little tip too. Once you voted, you let one of them people who keep texting you and calling you know that you voted, and they mark it in that system. They stop texting and calling you and asking you to vote, or who you're going to vote for, because it's already done.
Explains why you're getting so many scam calls, bro.
They might still ask you for money, but they're not going to ask you to vote anymore, because they'll know that you got that done. So just a little tip. I'm so over it all. I'm so over it all.
Yeah,
I don't want to see the signs anymore. I don't want the texts or the emails anymore.
A week.
The ads.
Yeah.
I just want to watch football, and I don't want to watch the ads.
Yeah. We'll still have the DraftKings and the Standard commercials, but we won't have the
absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm over it. Ready to move on. Hey, the show tonight presented by our all-star sponsor and our original sponsor, Mickelson Law Firm. They reached out back in 2017 when we got off the ground and said they wanted to support what we were doing, and they've been a part of it ever since. We really appreciate their support over the years and hope that you'll call on them if you have any legal needs, especially here in Bluffton. They are our official real estate closing attorney and the presenting sponsor of our Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage. But they support everything we do, and they support all local sports here in the Loco. So please call on them for your legal needs if you're a big sports fan. A few things from the weekend and today. Obviously, I mentioned the World Series and Monday Night Football going on. I know we got a lot of Steelers and Giants fans. Ooh, Daniel Jones just took a shot. But from the weekend, Wes, you hit us up with Jalen Sneed the touchdown this weekend. What a game from the Hilton Head Seahawks.
And what a win for Notre Dame over Navy. I mean, they rose to the top 10 of the poll after that. But man, Jalen Sneed showing out for the country, what he can do, and man, what an incredible moment. Fumble recovery scores, something that you dream about when you get to this level. And man, everybody just so impressed by it. And on top of that, he had 9 tackles. So it wasn't just a fumble recovery score, but he was on top of it all game long, and really showing that ferocity, that violent play that we came to expect at the high school level, and what his resume was going into his opportunity at Notre Dame. But, it's been a theme these last few weeks and over last year as well, what Jalen Sneed has done for this team. And way to rep the Loco. I mean, that's how you put yourself on the map. Incredible tenacity to get to the quarterback and strip the ball and pounce on it in the end zone. I mean, that's what you dream about, picking up a touchdown like that as a defensive player. And it doesn't happen very often. When it does, it is one you remember for a long time, especially when you do it in a huge game. It wasn't just any game for Notre Dame. You're going up against a ranked team. You're going up against a very good Navy team. So huge congratulations to Jalen Sneed. And that's one that really puts you on the map and makes yourself known, not just from this fan base, but college football as a whole. This guy can play. This guy can do it all. He can make tackles. He can rush the quarterback, and he can come up with big plays and put up touchdowns on the board. Obviously, you can't expect too many of those defensive player, but man, when it happens, you're over the moon at that point, and then to be fired up alongside his team when he made a play like that. So huge congrats! What a great weekend for him in high football overall. Jalen Snead touchdown and a big win to boot on top of that over Colleton County.
Yeah, and I think Puna had a sack, didn't he? I want to say Puna had a sack.
He did.
LA Chargers. Man, what weekend it was for Hilton High football. Repping at every level, high school, college, and the pros.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So pretty cool. I know about Puna's.
I was thrilled when I saw that.
I saw our guy.
Yeah.
I saw our guy Casser Middleton retweet it, and he spliced it together. I'll have to see if I can find it because Puna trains with Casser in the off season, and I'll have to see if I can find this real quick because it's pretty good. He spliced it together with the training drill that they did, and it's like that's what where is he? I'll find it, but
he seems like he has the pedigree of someone who's going to continue down at the college level, and it seems more and more of a guarantee that he's going to find a spot to play on Sundays for a good amount of time. And Puna Ford might have a fellow Seahawk in the league. Wouldn't that be something?
Right?
Yeah.
It does seem likely at this point.
I would put my bet towards it happening at this point.
I agree with that. I don't know where that post went, but I know Casser has a post out there where it's pretty clear that he was drilling.
The number 8.
He was drilling a little spin move.
Yeah.
What's that? Who's it? 8?
Notre Dame. Number 8.
We're up to 8.
Yeah. I was just checking as I mentioned it earlier, but yeah, I mean, it's great for the Irish. Certainly a tough loss early in the season to a team they should have beaten. Northern Illinois, I believe it was, but yes, Notre Dame at 8, Clemson right behind them at 11, and it's definitely getting interesting at this point in terms of the entire college landscape with the new 12-team playoff loom, but more so on Snead. I mean, repping the Lowco in a huge way, and there was a lot. I just remember going back to it. We mentioned it before. Like, keep an eye on this guy. Keep an eye on Jalen. I can't make a good BJP impression, but anyway, he said keep an eye on this guy. Yeah. And lo and behold, I just remember that first year I was here. He kept putting on a show out there on Friday night, and I mean, it only got better. They put him at quarterback his senior year, and man, that was a ton of fun.
Yeah,
so much.
It was.
Hey, he was a good. He was electric on the basketball court as well.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, great guy, and got to talk to him a lot. And hey, it's making me really proud to be a Seahawk alum. Just everything that's going on with that football program right now, and PJ Payne, he's been a huge reason why you're seeing the success at all these levels and taking advantage of the talent that he's got and finding ways to put them in the right spots. So it's been a great program and continue to see great things.
Indeed. Well, also this weekend was the Skiza Cross Country State Championships. I know that JP2's boys finished second in 4A, just 1 point behind Wilson Hall. 1 point, 71 to 72.
Man.
That's heartbreaking.
Wow.
Absolutely heartbreaking.
Wow.
Sebastian Frickel leading the way for JP2 in 5th place with a 16:26. Blake Hubick in 7th with a 16:30. Matthew Janicic 17:03 in 12th. I saw him out running today after school, so season's over, but the grind goes on for Janicic. Braden Frickel 18th in 17:17, and James Hook 30th in 17:36. So they were right there, man. Just one spot away, and they return everybody.
Ooh.
Nope, James Hook graduates. The number 5 graduates, but everybody else is back. So just got to recruit one guy. So they should be right there next year. The girls play 7th. The Hilton Head Prep boys place 4th in 3A. And the 2A boys Cross was second with 62 points behind Our Lady of the Rosary, and Holy Trinity was fourth. Thomas Hayward was sixth. Buford Academy was seventh. Let's see. Shiloh Hunter Daniel leading the way for Cross in fourth place in 1806. Silas Bolin from Holy Trinity in fifth. Jackson Welter from Cross in sixth. Jaden Powell from Thomas Hayward in eighth. Barnes Gooding from Holy Trinity in ninth. So those were all top teners. I didn't say for prep who led the way for them, but it was Jonathan D. Maria in seventh in 1812. And we don't have any 1As, do we? Let's see. These are the schools in 1A. Marlboro Academy, Richard Wynn, Meade Hall, Covenant Christian, Anderson Christian, Cambridge Academy, Newberry Academy, Wardlaw Academy, and Sandhills School. Never heard of that.
Football.
A little different.
Yep.
And then let's see. 3A girls. Hilton Head Prep did not field a team. They had Riley Wilbert in 15th. They had a couple individuals, but no team score. And then Cross was second, 3 points behind Our Lady of the Rosary. There were only 5 teams that fielded teams. But Cross's Effie Hendry was the champion in 2047, an 8th grader. Gretchen Holmes, fellow 8th grader, 3rd. Bryant Sally, senior from Holy Trinity, 4th. Millie Hendry, a 6th grader from Cross, in 5th. So the Hendry girls be running. And then we don't have any 1As. So that's the skis across country. JP2 continues to have a really solid program. Guys won the title last year, came really close again this year. Jamie Thomas, former USCB runner. I don't think her name is Jamie Thomas anymore. I think it's Jamie something else. Jamie Roberts. That's it. She got married. But that's a thing. That's a thing where you can't remember people's married names because you always knew them as their maiden name.
True.
But Jamie Roberts doing a great job with that team the last few years. And again, they only lose 2 seniors, one on the girls' side, one on the boys' side. So they should be very strong coming back. Ayla Reynolds was all-state with the 8th place finish on the girls' side. I did not mention her. So that's the cross country. Thoughts?
Yeah, solid effort from these teams, and it's great to see Skiza show off and continue to grind and get better. Because I just remember seeing some of these athletes around here, and I just think the effort's really starting to improve year in and year out with this group. And we've talked about some of these guys and girls who have come along, and you're starting to see a big improvement and to see where these kids were at the start of the year to where they are now. It's great to kind of witness them full circle, and you're starting to see a lot of depth being built. I mean, you talk about HHGA, GP2, which has been perennial powers, but some of these other schools have really begun to step up with their athletic programs and showing out in these cross country meets. So it's a work in progress for all these schools, but a good solid showing overall. And yeah, especially it's great to see some of these athletes who participate in multiple sports, participate in cross country, who do spring sports, who do winter sports. It's important to build that stamina for whatever you do. So good showing for these young men and young women. And as you said, the grind never stops. Season might be over, but you just keep working, you keep running. That's what I did when the season was over. I mean, it was nonstop. Not even though the state,
it has to be. It's too hard to get back in shape if you get out of shape.
Right. You just once you're out of it, it takes a toll. I mean, you got to keep on performing that and working on it. So yeah. It's a very rewarding sport. I mean, it's one of the most, in my opinion, I know I'm biased, I've done it, but it's one of the most toughest sports out there. Some people don't give it credit for what it is, but it demands a lot from you. Just the stamina, the toughness you have, and it's a grind because you have to go out there every single day, and you don't have it. I mean, it's a team sport, but it's you have to really drive it from within individually because it's all time based. Like
Right.
there's no excuse. You're going up against the clock and you're trying to
Right.
perform as best as you can and keep getting those PRs and keep improving. So it teaches you a lot, and I'm glad I was able to do it for a couple of years in high school, and you learn a lot from it, and it's important, and I'm glad I was able to be a part of that, and the great teammates as well. I know it's obviously it's an individualistic sport, but it's also you're still competing as a team.
Oh yeah,
with your guys, and you pump each other up before you race. You warm up together, you give each other high five before you get on there. Then
it's one of the most.
Yeah,
I think it's one of the most supportive sports there is. I mean, it just cross country runners really support each other. There's a camaraderie. I mean, you see the same people every meet, right? And you generally kind of run alongside the same people, and sometimes you beat that guy and sometimes he beats you, and it becomes like a friendly little rivalry. And there's a lot of downtime too before and after the race. There's a lot of sitting around,
when the
time to
adrenaline
make
starts
friends.
to pump in. Yeah,
a lot of time to make
yourself.
friends.
Right. Make enemies as well sometimes. Yeah, no, yes, but no, I just remember I remember sitting in the tent that we had, and it was just a long wait before, because the girls always went before us, so you had to wait a bit, and then it was your turn, and you got to be ready, and you have to be at that right mindset when they call you up. So
we got a race in the Ville tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, nice.
The region championship being raced on campus tomorrow afternoon for Region 4 1A. So excited for that. That'll be cool. Having an event on campus after school. Looking forward to that. We're looking forward to getting back to school tomorrow to celebrate a big win for the Canes. I wonder what happened to Max. He got gremlined. Hopefully he'll be back soon. But yeah, big win for the Canes. I get to see the boys tomorrow and talk about it. Excited about that. Yankees trying to fight back.
Play at the plate.
We got him.
The runner is out.
Got him.
It's yours. Oh, what a tag and what a gun from over and left. Oh my!
Wow.
Was that
right
Mookie?
in the window. No, Mookie's in right. That was Teoscar.
Oh, Teoscar.
But he put it right on him, and Smith put the tag right on him.
Beauty.
That was terrific.
Wow.
Oh, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Down you go. Max,
you
got gremlin, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, the Dodgers are just outplaying Yankees every part of the game right now. The Stars have done their job. When the Yankees had, they really needed to win that Garrett Cole start early on the series.
Yeah, they did.
Unable to get that one. And, of course, Freddie Freeman now, home run every game. Just legendary stuff. And I just feel for I know, I mean, I can't fully feel because the Braves, they didn't win a World Series. He didn't win a World Series with the Braves, but I do wish that he would have stayed in Atlanta. I mean, it's
me too.
It's tough to see that.
But I'm glad he homered. I'm glad he homered tonight because I'm 3 Walker Buehler outs from hitting my parlay. So
I mean,
there you go,
Wes. You're not wrong. But the other thing is, Freddie didn't want to leave either. Basically, we know the whole situation with him and his agent.
His agent.
That whole situation. Yeah, his agent screwed him over, basically. And, it's what it is.
It's halftime, bro. We're watching that, too. It's terrible football. 3 field goals each. But, his agent did hose him.
Come on, Steelers. Yeah.
Didn't mean to disrupt you there, Max.
No,
got distracted by a comment.
No.
The ADHD in me is like, hey, guys, we have a comment. Javon's here. No terrible towels. Monday Night Football. But yeah, I've got it on recall. But the World Series, I mean, sorry, buddy, but I'm a baseball guy.
Yeah.
World Series takes
precedent. I mean, it's a championship series versus a regular season Monday Night Football game. So even if my team was playing, maybe, but I mean, this is historic. Yankees, Dodgers. You rarely see 2 teams of this, storied nature compete. It seems like it, especially in the
since '81
playoffs. But you have not seen that. So I have another cool story about the World Series to share my parting thoughts. So a little teaser on that.
Oh yeah, all right, very good, teaser. Very good. Well, that was all the big kind of headlines I had. Well, we're expecting we may get a visit from one of our friends. We'll see. I'll check in with him, see if he's going to make it in. But we'll see. But Aiden Willis asks us, "What's the big game this week?" What do you say, boys? What's the big
I think
game
that's
this
a
week?
clear answer.
Well, actually,
I think
there's
that's a clear
two.
answer.
There's
two
more
big
than one.
There's more than
There's
one
two.
correct answer.
There is two. There's
Yeah.
two. Yeah. For me,
But-
I think it's Bluffton Gate River.
But
yeah, I mean,
Academy
if
Thomas
you're talking
Hayward.
right,
Academy
if you're
Thomas
talking
Hayward.
high
There's
school
also
league,
another one.
Yep.
If we're
Which
talking
one you
high school
say?
league, it's that one. If
Right.
we're talking Giza, it's Buford Academy and Thomas Hayward.
right?
You know, like that.
Exactly.
That is the game to watch because honestly,
Yep.
Buford beats Thomas Hayward. That gives them the region. If you
Right.
think about it,
Region
or at
title.
least
It's all the
share
marbles.
region. Well,
Yeah.
no,
No,
they'd
I
have
mean,
they'd
straight
have the
up.
tiebreaker. So they
No,
in the
they
region.
both
they would
undefeated.
have
They're
the
both
region.
undefeated.
They're both
It's-
undefeated. This is
Whoever
it.
wins this is the region
I
title
think.
bout.
Oh yeah.
It
Yeah.
is the
Oh,
region
yeah.
They've both
title
beaten everybody
bout.
else.
Yeah, so
This
they,
is it.
yeah.
Mano y mano.
Doesn't get
So
better.
that's the big
it's gonna be a good
Skiza
one.
game. I mean, you also have a Hilton Head Buford game that is important for Hilton Head. They need to take care of business. Same
It
for
is.
Bishop England at
Yep.
Colleton, but I don't have
think-
much
I
doubt
think
about
they
that
will.
one. Whale Branch Barnwell, that's an opportunity for Whale Branch to potentially upset the apple cart and make it a three-way tie there. Battery Creek at Hanahan is pretty big because
Yeah.
that's for third place in the region.
That is a big one.
So, that's a seeding game.
Yeah,
Allendale Hardyville
gonna be a tough
is for a playoff spot. Hilton
Right.
Head Prep,
Ooh,
Hilton Head Christian
yeah.
is not
Yeah,
a region
that's
game. Not a region game, but that's a long-standing
It's a
rivalry.
rivalry.
Um,
It's been a rivalry
So,
for many years, but not
Andrew
really the
Jackson and
rivalry it
Patrick
once was.
Henry. Andrew Jackson and Patrick Henry hate each other.
That's a good.
You
That is
know,
a rivalry and
like
a half.
a lot.
That's
And
a rivalry.
You've
Yeah.
got cross schools at Conway Christian in the rematch.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Oh man. Hopefully
Jameis
we'll have a
Winston.
much better week than we did last Friday. The Loco teams didn't have the greatest of weeks this past Friday. So, but that Battery Creek Hanahan game is a bit interesting. The problem I think with Battery Creek is Chase.
Yep.
They don't have Chase,
Yeah.
and that's a huge.
I don't
loss,
really-
and it kind of showed against Orange. It kind of showed against
Yeah.
Orangeburg Wilkinson because I thought Battery Creek might
don't
have a chance,
think-
and then Chase went down, and I was like, oh.
I don't think they'll
Chase
be
went
able
down
to
before
do
the game.
enough on offense without him.
I don't think so either. Because really, it's Derek Smalls that has to put the team on his back through this game. And I know Hanahan hasn't had the greatest of seasons, but also, Battery Creek, while I think they're a much better team than they've been over the years, they're not at that level yet, I don't think. I don't think they're quite there yet. I think if they have a full team, then, oh, I just saw that Kevin post. Yeah, that's funny.
Bobcat Sharks will be live on WHHI and on WHHITV.com. They'll stream it on YouTube as well. Andrew Jackson versus Patrick Henry. Give me liberty or give me corn whiskey.
Give me corn whiskey.
Speaking of Patrick Henry, I'll save it. But remind me, speaking of Patrick Henry, our friend Mac, I got a parting thought later. So West has the World Series. I got Mac Gohagan on parting thoughts. Javon will be on Bluffton May River. His eye will be on it. He will not.
I got
the
parting thoughts that's not Loco related, but it's really funny.
Gotcha. Tyrone Tracy, by the way. Look out. Tyrone Tracy is going to be a dude in the NFL. I really like him every time I see him. He's good.
Oh, yeah. Kid's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really solid. He's shifty.
Also, on Thursday, pretty big one. There's also one game on Thursday. South Carolina State's playing on Thursday against North Carolina Central.
Indeed.
Yes.
You're right about that. I was right.
That
there
will be for those of you who want to watch. For those of you who want to watch that game will be on ESPNU if you want to watch that game Thursday night. Should be a good one. It's up in Orangeburg.
Yeah,
that you just drive and go watch the game in Orangeburg.
Halloween
take a bit of
night.
a trip.
a lot going on. We got the volleyball playoffs underway in the Lowco, and we
There
got
you go.
the big
I want South
college
Carolina
football
State to
game
come
with some
out
of our
with
former Lowco
blackout
stars.
jerseys
So,
for that night.
by the way, there is another big game that it's not a Lowco game, but it will draw interest in the Lowco. Dorchester Academy against Williamsburg Academy. And I believe both those teams are undefeated in the region. So that looks like will be the region
I think you're
championship.
right.
The opposite one. So a game to monitor over there.
Indeed. Big win for Carleton Prep over Dorchester this week.
Yeah.
I was just looking up the stats from South Carolina State's game this weekend to see if Kayvon got some run again. Because
Probably
you're
did.
not going to hold on to him no more. Yeah, he got a sack, tackle for loss, rather. He had one tackle for loss, so he got a little bit of run. And he also had a fumble recovery.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Nice. Yes.
That's
what we're talking about.
NC Central too. I know who else had a touchdown. Marcus noting that he's prepping for the Bluffton Bowl that they're going to do live, and then they're sending an extra crew for Thomas Hayward BA that they will call in the studio and release later.
That's fantastic.
So he'll be on with this Thursday.
I think that's absolutely fantastic.
All right.
Yeah,
Awesome.
good for them.
Dude, I'll be on the broadcast for that game.
But yeah, let me look at. There you go.
Great.
Oh, tough loss for Zion.
Oh yeah, so they.
Oh wait,
they smoked Delaware State.
No, they won.
Goodness.
They won. They won 16-7. South Carolina State smoked Delaware State, but
Mike, look at this.
They're rolling right now.
This. Yeah. 477 passing yards total. That's crazy.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, they're rolling.
Wow, 69-35 final score for that one up in Orangeburg last Saturday. That South Carolina State team's looking good. I watched a bit of that game on ESPN Plus on Saturday just to see what Kayvon was up to and the rest of that South Carolina State team, because really they are technically a low country team. I mean, we don't cover them, but they are technically a low country area
close.
Kind of team. So,
they're on the fringe.
Kind of close.
They're on the fringe.
Yeah, they are. But we got local players that are playing there, so we always got to keep an eye on them.
Yeah, we got a few. And same for, the Citadel and Charleston Southern. We got a handful of guys at those places. We try to keep tabs, especially if they're getting run. But I also saw Jaden Jones had a touchdown run on homecoming for Morehouse, and I love that kid. And he's on the banners. He was. They had a action photo of him on the banners.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. And that kid deserves all the success because he was grinding at the end of his high school career and was a stud for May River, just a grinder of a running back, and great to see him produce at the next level and the opportunity he's been given. So, yeah, I mean, what better that when we talked about, of course, all these college athletes on the NCAA video game and also some of them just with the NIL opportunities to get their name, image, and likeness out there and, advertise and other things, but just to get your picture up on it feels like you made it once you get that action shot, that's what you work. That's a portion of what you work hard towards, just to be that figure out there at the college level. I mean, that's what you dreamed about as a kid. So good for Jaden Jones, good for all these guys, and love that he's proven himself at that next level because he was one of the more exciting, my favorite running backs to watch over the last few years in the Loco.
Yes, by the way, that college football game, holy crap! I love playing that college football game on my Xbox, man. It was my favorite. And they keep updating it, adding new jerseys, adding new features and everything, making the game better and better as it goes on.
Man,
it's so much fun.
It's
so much fun. Seriously, right before we hopped on the show, right before we did the show, I'm literally sitting in my room just playing college football. It's fun. I love it. I'm so happy that they brought it back. It brings me so much joy. Anyway,
Wes,
yeah.
Do you happen to have the link to the live scoring for the girls golf?
I
I can't figure out what website.
Yeah, I can
know
see
it's
if
on
I
a
can find it.
website, but I
just saw some tweets come in earlier.
Yeah, I
today.
did too. I was just
Yeah,
looking for the actual link, and I
see
haven't
if
been
I
able
can
to
find
find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't figure out what that website is that it's on. I know it's out there.
I know what you're talking about. I know which one you're talking about, but
yeah.
see if I can
But
find it.
here's what I do have the full scores here, I guess. So clearly, the most important thing is the teams, and May River is on top after round one, with Hilton Head right behind them. Where's the score? I don't see the scores on there.
What's the if you have the scores, what's the gap between the two?
What is it, Wes? 13 shots?
Yeah, I will tell you in a second. Yeah, it's tight. May River with a 13-shot lead, Sharks with a 312, in Hilton Head 325, and on top of that, your individual leader, Robin Zatruer of the May River Sharks with a 72. She has a 3-stroke lead individually. So Sharks looking to take the team and individual title. Good for Robin, starting out with a very strong score in the first round, and over at Rose Hill, I believe, Rose Hill Golf Club, which I have played many a time.
Yeah, Robin, I don't know. Why don't we have the scores on here? All I have is tee times. Oh, there's the scores. Never mind. Robin with a 3-shot lead over Harper Hedden from Hilton Head. Claire Green is 5 back. Hedden's tied with Ansley Bryson from Seneca, and then Lexi Milbrandt is right behind Claire and are tied with Claire for 4th. So we've got 4 in the top 5. Looking awfully good there. Haley Zhao also in the top 10, tied for 8th. And Ava Cunningham tied for 10th. So May River has 4 in the top 10 right now. Looking good.
Man. Dude, this is what we wanted to see. We wanted to see these two teams battle it out.
Showdown.
And that's exactly what they're doing right now. Good Lord, a 13-shot difference is that's extremely tight.
That's
I can't wait to see what second round brings, because
I know
you just don't know at this point who may finish out on top.
It's anyone's championship at this point. It's probably going to be, but it's a Lowco I mean, you don't see it very much high school league, where it's because you always have Upper State versus Lower State, so it's kind of cool to have Hilton against May River going up against each other for a state championship in the Lowco. That's I wish I could be there. I unfortunately can't, but should be a fun day, and the weather conditions are absolutely gorgeous.
I should have gone out today. Yeah,
if you're able to make it, if you have a free morning, free afternoon, go and watch.
I know. I wish I.
Yeah.
Go check it out, man. I mean, we're talking about some of the top golfers. We're talking about some of the top golfers. Female golfers in the state going at it here at Rose Hill Golf Club. So that's
be a beautiful day.
Pretty cool. And
it's gonna be gorgeous.
Yeah, a fantastic day. Great weather. It was a beautiful day today. So I can only imagine what it will be like tomorrow. But yeah, that's kind of what we expected. We expected those two teams to sit on top from what we saw from the regional qualifier, with Hilton Head taking that regional qualifier over May River, but both of them playing really well. We kind of expected, hopefully expected these two teams to be on top through at least the first round. And competition outside of those two, I'm sure, is dangerous. But actually, Wes, what's the gap between Hilton Head and who's third right now, team wise?
South Aiken is third, 338. So these deficits aren't as big as you think, because there are 4 golfers.
Right.
You can't. What I always do is I just divide it by 4. Like I always divide by 4. So a 13 is really like a 3-shot lead, 3.5.
Right.
So
average of 3 per.
Yeah.
Well, and it can swing either way too. If the one team shoots a couple shots lower on average and the other shoots just 1 shot higher on average.
Yeah. So how far right now would South Aiken be behind Hilton Head right now? In terms of
13 shots?
I'm trying to do the math, but I can't.
I believe they're 13 behind Hilton Head.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah.
This is going to be fun second round. I can't wait to see the results after tomorrow.
Yeah.
And there's what, 3 rounds?
2. Tomorrow's is the final round.
Yeah, tomorrow's
2 rounds.
Yep.
That's all 2 rounds.
Tomorrow is it.
Oh,
That's the ball game. So yeah, it all comes down to this.
Yeah.
Okay, boys.
Dang, I should have gone out today. Man, I'm kind of frustrated. I didn't.
Yeah,
I completely spaced.
I should have remembered.
Roseville, there's some tricky holes in that course, especially in the back 9. I mean, it's not extremely difficult. It's a good high school championship course. There are a few difficult holes, but if you.
Oh, I mean, it's a great overall course.
It's nice course.
I still haven't been able to play on that course yet, but that's one of the places I still want to try out. See how they changed that course around. Yeah, it's a good course. For state
it's kind of a classic. Kind of a classic
country club.
Pretty open. But makes you play tee to green. And that's all you really want for a high school state championship type course. You want it to be pretty.
Talking about Pinehurst number 2.
You want it to be pretty playable because you're going to have some kids that. I mean, the reality is you're going to have some kids that struggle to break 100. So they got to be able to play it too and not beat themselves up.
Yeah.
But you also want your top players to be able to shoot around par. I mean, that's what you're looking for is par to win it.
Right. Exactly.
And that's where we are right now with Robin. She's sitting at even par and in position to get the dub. So, that tells me that they had a good course set up. That if the best kids are right around par, then that's they got it set up pretty good. So,
of course.
Oh, Wes, you got an announcement?
Well, the Dodgers extend their lead in New York. It is all Los Angeles as they look to take a 3-0 lead. This is getting. I mean, it's starting to be danger time at this point. And so
it's pretty much over. Well, I think it's about over. But I've got an announcement related to that myself. My parlay hit. I threw one in right before first pitch. I went with Ohtani to score a run.
I'm still trying to figure out. Wait, I'm still trying to figure out how are y'all doing the horn noise?
Oh, it's under the brand tab under background noise, and then you click score.
Too much fun with that.
Yeah. But I threw one in last minute. Ohtani to score a run. Freeman to go homer. Clark Schmidt under 3.5 hits allowed. He only allowed 2 before they yanked him. And Walker Buehler over 14.5 outs.
Yeah.
Should have bet more than $1.
There you go. Yep, should have.
I won $50, but I should have bet more than $1.
Right.
So
I mean,
nonetheless, that's 50 more $1 bets, baby. Let's go.
Right.
I'm only in it to make the games more fun to watch. That's the only.
Yeah, I mean, as long as if there's small bets like $1, $2, and it's not like you're spending a considerable amount with. I don't see any problem with that.
Yeah. No.
Agreed.
No, I put in $50 and I've been riding on it for months. So I'm just playing around. I just try to win 10 every now and then so I can keep playing.
Yeah, there you go. Back to football. One of the things I'm intrigued about this week is to see where the high school league rankings what they will look like come Wednesday.
I got to finish my ballot.
There could be some moves. Yeah, there could be some moves around, but I'm wondering where Hilton Head might sit, where Bluffton, or actually no, not Bluffton. They lost against Bishop England, so I don't expect them getting into those rankings.
May River would be that one.
Yeah, I wonder where May River will sit as well. I'm hoping. I don't think they will. I was hoping Hilton Head get into the top 10. I don't think they will. But I'm now intrigued to see where May River.
I still have to do my 4A ballot, but all I'll say is that 4A is really crowded around the top.
It's hard.
There are so many solid teams, so it's difficult. You got to put some teams who are very deserved of those spots. You have to put them off. So that's the challenge of
Yeah.
But it's 4A is going to be a gauntlet of a bracket once you get there. So
Yeah,
I couldn't try to get those home games.
I had a hard time getting either of them in last week. It's just competitive in that division. There's a ton of teams with one loss or no losses, and they're like teams with pedigree. And then there's like Greer, which is like 5-3, but it's a really good 5-3. So it's just it's tough. It's tough to squeeze them in there. There's a lot of teams that look about the same on paper, and some of them have done more in the past. So, or they've just played a little tougher schedule. So it's a little bit difficult to figure out exactly what to do with them right now. I also haven't even. That's my thing for tonight. After this, is to go hunt down all the scores and update my ballot, which is yeoman's work. Hunting down all those scores.
Yeah,
doing your research.
No, thankfully, it's a lot
Max
easier now
Gremlin
with all
again.
the technology, and there's some sites that kind of database. There are a few sites that kind of show all the scores, so that's kind of nice. Helpful.
Amen. Max Preps has become far more reliable. More people are using it.
But there are some others. There's some
as a one-stop
site as well.
Yeah. But Max Preps has become easier to use as a one-stop. And
Absolutely.
you used to have to go several places to find them all, and now you can mostly find them there.
It's such a
very useful
reliable source.
Got to shout out some sponsors. Got the MVP sponsors, the LowcoSports. Base Hit Life is our apparel partner with cool baseball and softball apparel, including hats, t-shirts, hoodies, all kinds of cool stuff. Check them out at basehitlife.com and live your best base hit life with some great baseball and softball apparel. We've also got the Homegrown Home Inspections, official home inspectors of LowcoSports. Best in the Lowco when it comes to checking out that home and making sure you're making a great investment. And if you're building a new home, you got to have the phased inspection where they check on it every step of the way and make sure it is built right with Homegrown Home Inspections. Hospice Care of the Low Country will take care of folks at the end of life or those dealing with chronic pain or illness. They've got palliative care. They've got hospice care, free grief counseling, and much more at Hospice Care of the Low Country, where it's not about dying, it's about living. And the USCB Center for Low Country Tourism Education, providing all kinds of great services in our community, including the Bluffton and Island Ambassador programs. You can get certified as an ambassador, learn all about the place you live and how you can become more involved, and help educate others about the great spot that we live here in the Loco with the USCB Center for Low Country Tourism Education. What do you boys want to talk about? You want to talk about some you want to watch some highlights? Talk about some foosball?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, why not?
All right, let's see what we got. We got a little fun plan here. But first, I will play
see if I can.
some. Let's see. My highlights are a little janky today because I had a bad internet situation. But here's some clips. Here's some clips from the Whale Branch. There's Mandrill Sanders. This was I gotta back that up. Watch that again. Watch this play again. This is bananas. Look at this.
Dude.
And then watch him just run backwards for like 5 yards.
Jeez.
My God. Animal.
Is he like their third stringer? I assume he is.
He's a linebacker mostly, but they're starting to get him a little more involved.
Not for long.
Ways.
My God. They just got
Jalen Singletary. Yeah, they just got athletes. Then I was skipping ahead trying to get to some more highlights. Because I wanted to get to the one by Agent Zero. We watched it the other night, but we got to show it again.
Yeah, that
it's crazy. It's crazy good. Yeah, see, I was doing a lot of skipping.
I mean, Whale Branch, hats off to them. They hung in through that first half really well. They played good football. You know, they held Hampton County pretty well through the first half. I was very impressed for them to fight through that.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep,
there you go. Oh, no, this is it right here. Zip. Oh.
Yep.
Get off today. Get off.
Wait, I'm trying to see. Did he? Oh no, he didn't lose his shoe. I thought he lost his shoe on that play. I wasn't sure.
Get off today.
That's funny. That's crazy. That's so crazy.
Indeed.
Yeah, he's just.
Well shot.
Yeah.
He's an animal. I've also got my Canes queued up here. Got a few more clips, including the game-winning kick. Here we go. Look at Emiliano putting some air under it for Dylan Price.
Man, what a throw!
Bolton to the end zone. That was a great.
That was that was a huge win for Hardyville. I mean, that really can lift your spirits for a game like that. And that's the one to do it. Against what is a really good.
And then look at that back shoulder fade. What a catch!
What a catch! Holy crap! Man, yeah, get pumped up, man. Get pumped up.
Oh,
that's worth getting pumped up about.
Now here we go. It wasn't 45. It was more like 43 or 44. But nonetheless, Efrain Tinoco. Efrain, it's good. And then we had Efrain post-game.
Winning field goal, 45 yards.
With the boss.
Your team was down 2. Did you ever have any doubt? When Dylan caught the ball, did you know it was yours?
Yes, sir. Y'all told me I was going to get in field goal range, and that's what I did. And then from there, I just asked God for help. And then from there, I just trusted my instincts and scored that field goal.
Great snap, great hold.
Yes,
everybody blocked for you. Total team effort,
yes,
45 yards. Game-winning field goal. Game-winning field goal.
Yes, sir.
Great kickoffs all night. Great kickoffs all night. Congratulations, Ethan.
Yeah, man. What a way to beat Branchville, man. That's a big win for Hardyville because now you got a chance of making the playoffs. Facing off against an Allendale team that's not very good. So I'm very intrigued. This kid is like good ice cream, smooth. Oh gosh, Kevin, man. Look, that's a huge win for Hardyville. I mean, that is as big of a win as you can get in your first full, varsity football season back. So hats off to them. They played really, really good football. Made some great catches, man.
Yeah.
Great throws.
They won.
That's what I wanted to see out of Hardyville, for most of the season. And of course, they've dealt with their injuries and stuff like that. But to see them play like that against that Branchville team, that's something special. And that shows me that they still want to fight and make it to the playoffs. And I think they can this coming Friday.
Yeah, I was a little nervous about next week before this win. Just, if they took another loss, it was going to be 8-game losing streak coming into homecoming game you're supposed to win, and there's going to be some pressure. And I was a little concerned, but I think this is really going to help. Them get back to play in the way that they were early in the season. It was wearing on them, no doubt. But I could tell on Friday the way they were talking, the attitude, just the demeanor was different. I could tell that something had turned around that week, and that they had come together in some way or another.
Yeah.
Whether it was going to be enough to beat a top 10 team on the road, I wasn't sure, but sure enough, they dug deep and got it done. So really proud of those guys. Excited to see them tomorrow. My guy Jay Ferg was the snapper, and my guy Kamari was the holder. So they had a part in that big play too. And I can't wait to see Pryor and talk about that catch he made. Back shoulder fade. Millie with the throws.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. But we wanted to shout out some highlight reels. We wanted to show some individual highlight reels as well. So let me start getting a couple of those up because we got some serious highlights this week, and people are hitting us with them. So that helps a lot. See, who you want to start with? Timko? I'm going to start with Timko.
Yeah, I kind of chose both of them in terms of the stuff, because you can't really separate them. They both showed out. They balled out on Friday night against College County. Yes, they should. That was a game they really wanted to take care of business in, and they did. So, a lot of credit to the Seahawks for especially those backs, the two-head monster of Thaddeus Zarnicki and Troy Timko. And let's see, Timko went 200 yards on 8 carries and 3 touchdowns. That puts him over 3,000 career rushing yards as a Seahawk. So that's a pretty big milestone for Mr. Timko.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
who has been a stud in the backfield ever since his underclassmen years, and he's delivered an extra notch every single season from that point. And 3 rushing scores for Timko in the 65-6 blowout win over the Cougars.
Oh,
Look at that
what a
vision.
run.
It just accelerates all the way
He's
to the end
tough.
zone. Yeah, tough hard those runner.
Go look at the speed. Speed. Yeah. Yeah, dude, Timko's. I got to see him for the first time against May River because I hadn't really seen Hilton Head this season up until that May River game. And watching Timko run the football, I was like, man, that kid's something else.
The crazy thing to me is how much those two running backs are alike. I mean, they run the same way. They both have the same hips. They look like the same guy when they're out there running the ball, and it's impressive. They're an impressive bunch.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find Zarnecki's huddle.
Yeah,
I've got a bunch of individual clips that we.
So Kevin put touchdown Troy here. I don't think we can do touchdown Troy because I think touchdown Tony's already taken. I say we do big boy Troy.
No, he's Tonio touchdown though. Other
Tonio
people have
touchdown.
been calling him touchdown Troy, and that's not his name. His name's Tonio touchdown. His mom confirmed that she prefers Tonio touchdown.
I like that one.
Yeah.
It's better.
Better
that way.
That's mine. That's mine. I said Tonio touchdown. But here's the other. Here's the other part of the package. Thaddeus Zarnecki.
Oh gosh.
Also an animal, but I love this man's hips. Gosh, I love his hips. Don't get to see him so much on this play as you do on some of the others. Let's see here.
Yep.
I want it, bro.
Justin said, "Show off those hips,
Look
man."
at that.
Show
Look.
off.
The way he changes directions.
Yeah, he's good. He's phenomenal. He's really good. Yeah, look at watch
right here. That cut. Zoop.
Boom. Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, man. Then, when you got a talent like that, there are colleges who will look for someone like that, and that's definitely someone to keep an eye on. Because my goodness, because he's got speed and he's got great agility. It's really fun to watch.
Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's that right there. Yeah, that's crazy.
And then this cut back right here.
Yeah,
obviously the guy didn't exactly make a good play on him.
There's not many players who can move like that, man. That's something else,
I would like to see him wrestle because those hips are phenomenal, just phenomenal.
Yeah.
The way he pivots his hips.
He's got movement, man. He's got some serious movement, and it's that's definitely something that you can't teach. It's something it's so cool to watch some of these players and how they move the football, how they run with the football, because every running back has their own unique way of playing football, and it's so much fun to watch. And that's what I love.
On the subject of Seahawks, Raniszewski was very good again.
Yes, he was.
Now on that play, he didn't have to do a whole lot. Receiver took care of the rest. Jeremiah Walters had 2 touchdown catches. Oh, what's this? He's holding. We got is this a fake? Oh, he ran a fake. Tricky.
Nice.
I like Raniszewski. He's nice. He's young too. They're going to be good for a minute.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't wait to see what next season looks like for them because they're good right now. I can only imagine what next season's going to be like.
Well, and the other thing that is a real factor for them is when they're good, they'll bring some guys back from the private schools.
Yeah, they will.
When they're good. So it's always a possibility that they get an influx.
Yeah,
if somebody looks across town and sees a spot where they could play on a good competitive 4A team, that's appealing.
Yeah.
Yeah, some poor tackling.
Yeah, I mean,
Carlton definitely contributing to the stats for Hilton Head on Friday.
Yeah, of course.
But both running backs having 200 yards and 3 touchdowns, and neither one hit double-digit carries is pretty solid.
Yeah, that's something else.
Crazy work, as the kids say.
Poor Colleton County, though. I had such high hopes for them this year, and it just didn't go the way I hoped it would.
Yeah. Tends to not. sadly. They haven't had a lot of
Yeah,
success in recent years.
I'm still trying to get over the fact that I chose Colleton County over Hampton County at the beginning of the season, and it didn't work out the way it did for me.
I remember. I remember laughing at you.
I mean, I almost feel as if Colleton County, I would have, if I'm Colleton County, I would put myself, I know they're a big school, but like I would love to play it like a division down, to be honest.
Right,
yeah,
I know.
agreed.
They would be far more competitive at 3A.
I agree. Like I think at 4A, while they have a decent sized school, I think athletics wise, I think you sit at 3A, you'd be very much so more competitive. I think not just football, but all sports too. So it's unfortunate where Colleton County sits, but I just hope hopefully next season we can see a Colleton County team that turns it around. But it's difficult because this region's one of the more competitive regions in 4A. So you got to be
right.
You really got to have a solid game plan and a solid all around team, and I think that's something they've lacked this year.
Yeah. Well, here I'll shout out another one of my guys here because it's pretty good. Pretty impressive reel. Kamari Brown, my guy, wide receiver and undersized linebacker. You told me on Friday he was playing nose guard, and I was like, wait, hold up. Are you pranking me? He weighs about 140, 145 pounds.
Right.
I was like, you're playing nose guard? And one of the other kids said, yeah, man. And he said, yeah, I'm blowing everything up at nose guard. So sure enough, he played nose guard in DN this week. And he was blowing stuff up. He's a slippery little dude.
Look at that.
He gets through there.
That reminds me of? You know what this defense for Hardyville reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of Hilton Head Christian County defenses.
I was going to say
that undersized but fast.
Playing on the D line, just jumping the gaps. But he was backfield all night. He pursues really well. He gets out blocks.
I mean, that's what this Hardyville defense reminds me of. It's like, the defenses of Hilton Head Christian County where they don't have size, but they're fast and they're quick off the ball. And can get around those offensive linemen and get through those gaps.
They clearly made some good personnel changes, moving some guys around, and Kamari definitely made a difference on the rushing off the edge. That time he was standing up, it looked like, but made a good play from outside linebacker. He's and then look at this one. Oh man, he got run over, but he stuck the guy.
Look at it. He pushes through those guys.
He's fighting through there, man. He's fighting in there. So I was really impressed.
Yeah,
really impressed to see him, put his life on the line down there in the trenches.
Yeah, dude,
and do a really good job.
He's getting after it. That's
absolutely.
That's what you want to see.
This is a fun one too. Just because he just gets all over that dude. And then he still gets it on the tackle.
Then he goes and gets him. Yeah, there you go. That's what you want to see in a football player, man. That's
proud
great.
of my guy. Showing some grit down inside.
Good Lord.
And then he got to hold the field goal. Not very often you see the nose guard is the holder.
Yeah.
It's a rare situation, to say the least. But yeah, proud of my guy. Proud of my Canes. Did you have anybody else you wanted to show highlights on, what, or Max?
Yeah, go ahead.
I do. Yeah.
You guys know?
I have, if I can get it up here. See if I can try to find it here. Christian County JP2, round 2. Man Reed McCollum did on this 14-yard touchdown run.
This is
again.
Nice.
Yeah. Here he goes. Goodbye.
Leaps into the end zone.
I'm gonna say this about Hilton Head Christian County. They could have played that game a lot better than they did. I don't know why Finn Ussery is being mentioned here.
Because he got a forced fumble.
Yes, this was the one. I have a better footage of it if I can get it up on my phone and put it on the screen. Basically, right at the goal line, he
Oh no!
he dropped it right at the goal line, and Christian County picked it up and got the ball back. This was a good pass to Langhouse. Yeah, here we go. Boom. Goodbye. Touchdown. Look, I'm going to say this about Hillman Christian. That first half, they could have played so much better. They slowly pulled away in the first half, and then they really pulled away in the second half. But I'm going to say this. They need to get, I'm going to – they need to get their act together. Yeah.
The fog was awesome.
Yeah. Nice run by Langhouse. I've been waiting for that out of a running back this year because I've mentioned, like, hey,
he's quick.
He is quick. But him finding the gaps has been his, problem. So Reed McCollum, I believe, finished with 233 passing yards in the game. Could have been so much more. Did have an interception in the second half, but look, I'm gonna say this: Hill Knight Christian Academy before playoffs comes around, they have prep. Not really a great, game you want to have before.
That's a solid tune-up, though.
Yeah, agreed. But, but I think if you look at Christian Academy, I think they need to get their acts together in the first half because I think they're playing better as a second half team than a first half team. If they can figure out, how to be better in the first half, I think they're going to have a lot more ease throughout the games, depending on who they're playing. Look, this is their last game before playoffs. They need to, tighten it up, get better on offense and defense for that matter, because JP2 came in with a passing game plan. They passed more than I've seen them pass all season long. And they
ran the quarterback a lot.
Yeah, they did.
Wolf had a pretty good game running the ball. He was over 100 running.
Yeah, but they also
threw a couple
passed
picks.
the ball. And
but yeah, Kevin's right.
Yeah.
Without that goal line fumble and then this play, where it looks like the receiver's going to catch it and Harry Cunningham somehow takes it away from him despite only having one hand on the ball. That was an impressive play from him, and that was 2 touchdowns that they basically took off the board on defense, and so it could have been a game for a lot longer than it was. Joey Haupt was tearing it up. That's little Haupt. He's coming up. Well, there's littler Haupts coming too, but that's not the one we knew last year, AJ. Pretty good showing. Pretty good showing. Like you said, they could have played better in the first half, but they put the pedal down in the second half. I had one other guy I was going to show here before we get going. That was my photo. Thank you, Kevin. I get blind squirrel nut, etc. Although I did get some decent ones this week. I was on fire. Here we go. Share this tab instead. There we go. All right, here we go. We talk a lot about Tonio Banner and Colton Young. They both had big games, but we don't talk enough about this Thomas Hayward defense. And I got Bo Pinkney's highlights queued up here. This man been chopping wood all season long. He's deserving of a highlight shout out. Speaking of dudes who are in on every freaking tackle. Dude, he doesn't miss out getting in on one very often. He usually likes to get his nose in there. Finds a way. There he is. Just stalking in that second level, waiting for him to pick a hole so he can be waiting in it. There he is, waiting in the hole.
I agree, dude. That defense needs more, credit than they get, because that, really on both sides of the ball, Thomas Hayward's got real talent.
They got some dudes. They're a football team, man, and they're football players.
Sure. I don't know if there's a better way to explain what a football team is supposed to look like.
Right. I mean, those guys. If they're not
well coached,
they're almost all football players. They might play another sport, but they're football players. They're not like basketball players who are also playing football or baseball players who are also playing. They're football players.
Yeah.
And they're grown men and pretty good. Looks to be tall enough to read the action post snap. Yeah, he does. He can see over. Yeah, he can see over, and does a good job of kind of strafing and finding the hole that is going to develop and filling it. So yeah, he's been really good. But I think that's you got another one?
Oh, well, I was just going to say before we continue. There we go. So Monday Night Football, the Steelers are pulling away. I know Javon mentioned it earlier. Steelers are now up 23-9 over the New York.
Two touchdowns since I switched it.
Yeah, one in the third, one in the fourth. They've just, I think, started fourth. They got 13 minutes or so to go in the fourth quarter. Steelers are now up 23-9 over the New York Giants. What a surprise! Not really, but what a surprise! You know, Daniel Jones doing it again, man. Being the fraud of the NFL. If it's not Roger Goodell, it's Daniel Jones.
He's pretty bad. He's pretty bad.
Why did this is like, I'm not a New York Giants fan, but if I was, I'd be more furious than I am right now. And I'm pretty angry at the fact that they still have let Daniel Jones continue as the starting quarterback for the New York Giants. Because, to be honest, with the way they're going, it could be them getting Shadur Sanders, which would be kind of interesting. But the problem is having a team and an offensive line that can actually, help you out. But I just watching Daniel Jones makes me want to puke. It's just annoying. I can't.
Well, that's because they're both bad right now.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is not great right now. I'm not gonna lie. Trevor Lawrence has not been great. I don't know what's happening with Trevor Lawrence, man. He wasn't terrible last year, but he wasn't. I wouldn't say he was great, but he wasn't this bad.
Some say Urban Meyer broke him.
That wouldn't shock me. Urban Meyer can do that at times.
Some say he broke him.
But yeah,
I don't know. He hasn't had a very good team around him, really.
We talking about Daniel Jones or Trevor Lawrence here?
Either one, frankly. I mean, Trevor Lawrence's best receiver right now is Evan Ingram, and that's not great.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because Christian Kirk hasn't done anything. And
what exactly?
Brian Thomas is good, but he's a rookie. So.
Yeah, it's just so with Daniel Jones, man. I know he hasn't had many targets over his career.
He's not impressive.
No,
our friend Curry Kirkpatrick calls him Dookie Jones.
Yep, that's the truth. That's the truth.
Because he went to Duke, so he calls him Dookie Jones.
That's right.
But it's the truth, ain't it? He really is Dookie Jones. Yeah, seriously, it's just so frustrating to watch because I'm just like, the Giants could be a better team if they didn't have Daniel Jones as a part of it. And the fact that they gave, it's still to this day, I'm like, you gave him a contract extension and not Shake.
They could have gotten Russell Wilson for nothing.
That was just.
Or Justin Fields.
The other day.
Or Justin Fields.
What I was thinking about the other day. I was like, what?
Daniel Jones is the top 25 QB out of 32.
Okay. Out of 32, dude, I'd say top 30. No. I wouldn't even think top 25. It's just with Daniel Jones.
He's not good.
I'm glad you mentioned Russell Wilson, Justin, because I'm thinking, boy, they could really just trade for. Russell Wilson. He's just sitting there wanting to play a football game, and I'm sure he could play better than Daniel Jones.
Well, they didn't do Daniel Jones any favors when they let Saquon walk, though. I mean,
but Saquon was going to walk anyway. He was going to walk anyway because they didn't give him a contract extension.
That's what I mean, though.
They gave Daniel Jones the contract extension and let Saquon and took a dump on Saquon Barkley. And look what that's doing for them now. Saquon Barkley's having one of his best seasons to date. And he's not playing for the New York Giants. He's playing for a team inside their own division and a team that's been to a Super Bowl more recently than they have. So, that's what you get New York Giants for, having a franchise that doesn't know what they're doing.
But, hey, at least they aren't the Jets.
Oh, no, don't get me started on the Jets, man. Oh, God. I watched that game on Sunday. That was frustrating. That was so frustrating.
Oh, that was hilarious.
God, New York football, man. It can't get any better than New York football.
DJ is eating Saquon's Manhattan dinner regulars.
Reservation. Dude, Kevin, man. I feel like Kevin, when he starts posting stuff like this, comments and stuff, I feel like he's had a few to drink, you know? Like,
That's possible. I think that's
it's
possible.
definitely possible.
There's a possibility.
Yeah, that's very true. A lot of self-inflicted wounds for the Jets. But I'm not going to go there.
Oh, my God. They're so funny. They're so funny.
There's one team I'm going to mention in my...
I'm not sure that clarifies anything.
There's another NFL team I'm going to mention when we get to our parting thoughts, because I'm sure we could talk about them time and time again.
Let's move toward those parting thoughts, because it's getting late and I'm tired. Varsity sponsors: DDS Web Design, building, hosting, maintaining websites. So if you're a business or a nonprofit who needs to get found so you can do more and think bigger, go to ddshhi.com. Parker Law Group, if you have legal needs in Colleton, Hampton, or Jasper counties, they're your first call, and they're helping us continue to expand our coverage in those counties and shine a light on more deserving teams and student athletes around the Lowco. Dr. Ambrose Cole is our official chiropractor. I saw him today at Rooted Living Wellness, and I'm feeling much better. He spent a good bit of time with me, getting me straightened out. Been a while since I've been over there, but he'll get you feeling right in mind, body, and spirit, and they have big things coming ahead at Rooted Living Wellness. And Reverence Wrestling Club is our official wrestling sponsor and the presenting sponsor of the Lowco Grind. It is officially wrestling season starting Monday. That's when they start practicing, next Monday. So it's time to get to Reverence and take your skills on the mat to the next level this season. And then our Lowco Booster Club, we've got Court Lifestyle Pros, Daniel and Debbie Court with Charter One Realty, who want to bring you home to Hilton Head Island. Eagle Creations is out on Argent Boulevard, and they have promotional items and custom apparel, plus much more. Jay's Barbershop in downtown Ridgeland wants to give you a haircut, get you looking right. Barefoot Floor Care of the Low Country wants to get your floors so clean your feet will thank you. Hudson Seafood House on the Docks is the presenting sponsor of Under the Bus, and they will fill your belly full of seafood and cocktails. And Hurricane Sports Cafe in Hampton, the place to be if you need to get something to eat or drink out that way. Stop in, say hi. From the folks at Lowco, Team Lowco. That's our Lowco Booster Club and our varsity sponsors. Yeah, what'd you get? Which burger?
I got the Outlaw Burger. The Outlaw Burger.
I get the Hurricane usually. It's got like some kind of like pepper jelly stuff on it. Pineapple, like some kind of mango pepper jelly stuff on it. It's real good.
Yeah.
Yum.
Good stuff.
But anyway, boys, parting thoughts. Wes, you promised a World Series related.
Yeah, going back to the World Series where it's still all Dodgers 4-0 there on the verge of a commanding 3-0 series lead, and but going back to Game 1, I'm probably what this World Series will be remembered for, right? Because the Dodgers win, it looks like they will. Everyone's going to look back to the turning point, which was the Freddie Freeman Grand Slam, probably will be etched in more as one of the greatest World Series moments, one of the greatest baseball moments in history. I think he'll agree with me on that for sure. But even a more cooler factoid about that incredible home run, the person who caught that home run ball was a 10-year-old kid. His name is Zachary. He's in 5th grade. The ball traveled right towards him, and the ball bounced on the seat in front of them, and it rolled on the ground and picked it up. Obviously, that ball is going to be worth a lot for that boy going forward, but he wasn't even supposed to go to the game. He was initially told by his parents that he was supposed to go to the dentist that night. And but yeah.
Nah.
Trickery.
Yeah, I think
that was trickery.
And
don't do what I did. Just go to the game. Don't go to the dentist.
Right.
You'll be fine.
But you talk about a crazy turn of events that goes into the game, and not only that, he catches one of the most memorable home runs in all of baseball history. So, what a great story to tell, and certainly he's just pretty awesome.
True story. I hope he got one of those sweetheart deals where you get to trade the ball for like season tickets for the rest of your life and all kinds of other stuff.
I mean, that's
a good question though. Would you trade a ball like that, something as special as that, for.
Well,
you know,
that's
back
the
to
like, the Hall of Fame. Like that's what. Like,
right.
that's
So
right.
so it is a good question, and I've always thought that I would, because like I don't know, like if the team came to me, the player on behalf of the player and wanted the ball.
Right.
I think I would make the trade because I think whatever you got from them that was like personalized and like I know it wouldn't be
That's
worth
true.
as much, but it
That's
would be
true.
more valuable to me.
Yeah,
So
fair enough.
I always feel like it feels kind of gross to sell that kind of thing, like
Yeah, I agree.
it's like a piece of the history. Like, I don't know. I'd like to think
Yeah.
I would, but I don't know. That thing is going to be worth a lot of money to somebody.
Oh,
So I would understand selling it, but I really like the idea of just not participating in that whole industry, that whole, I don't know, like the Zach Hampel world is just so gross to me.
That's different. I mean, that's not my point. That it's
No.
This kid was a
I was
child.
answering Max's question. I was just answering
Right,
Max's question. No, it's amazing that a kid got it, though. I love that a
Yeah.
kid got it. That's amazing. I'm
great.
not some ball hawk or some jerk.
Right.
But yeah, McGuire wouldn't meet with the 70 home run dude, so he sold it for a few mil. Yeah, if the player doesn't want to do business, then sure, I'll go on the market with it. That's fine. But all right, Max, what's your parting thought?
I have another NFL team in mind that I've been laughing at the entire season because they are hilarious to watch.
Fantastic.
And that is America's team, or should I say America's dumpster fire, because
the Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys going into the second half were up 10-6. Pretty good spot, especially against the 49ers team that could be more dangerous than they have been this year. They proceeded to let the San Francisco
and was
49ers
down to its
score.
third string running back, by the way.
Yeah. Yes. And he had, more rushing yards than Ezekiel Elliott. He had more rushing yards than Ezekiel Elliott. And the crazy thing is, they allowed the San Francisco 49ers to score 21 points in the third quarter en route to a 30-24 loss and puts the Cowboys at a 3-4 record. How much longer do we have to watch these Dallas Cowboys play? Because I'm so sick and tired of it. It is so annoying.
Every week. Every week.
It's just the hype that they get because they're in the large media market in Dallas, and that's all they'll talk about.
Yes,
and because
networks.
Everybody either wants to watch them win or wants to watch them
you either
lose.
love them or you hate them. It's one of those kinds.
Everybody
of
wants
teams.
to watch.
Right. I hate them.
And
I really do hate them, especially right now.
Yeah.
Schadenfreude draws ratings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, it does.
Obviously,
Dak Prescott draws ratings with a 25 for 38 with 243 yards and 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Yeah, that was
almost all of that was garbage time, though.
Yeah.
Like they rallied late. He was just chucking it up to CD, and CD was running wild.
Yeah, because that's what I want to see.
Majority of the game,
the Niners 2 interceptions in a game. Yeah,
they looked so bad in the third quarter.
God, they looked terrible.
Yeah,
they looked awful. My Falcons, on the other hand, are now 4-0 in division play right now.
Yeah,
I'm excited about these Falcons, dude. I know they had a really rough one against the Seattle Seahawks, but they put themselves on the right track again. I really like this Falcons team, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a Falcons fan, but I'm saying that because I love don't do it, Justin. I know what you just went and grabbed. Yeah, I know what you went and grabbed, Justin.
Still undefeated. Still undefeated.
Yeah. You almost lost to the Las Vegas Raiders. Y'all should be proud of yourselves.
Almost lost. We won. We're undefeated. And Isaiah Pacheco will soon return.
No. What was the score? What was the score of that game?
More to less. It was the score.
27.
What?
Dak Prescott's a top 20 quarterback. Kirk Cousins is a top 18 quarterback.
Hey, at the end of the day,
Kirk Cousins top 18. I won't disagree with that.
I will say this.
Top 18.
Dude, you let the Raiders score 20 points, man.
Dude, it doesn't matter. You win the game.
You play.
It does not matter. They covered the spread even. So what do you even care about? Like, what are you mad about?
I'm not mad. I'm just saying, like, you allowed the Las Vegas Raiders with Gardner Minshew as their quarterback to score 20 points.
Hey, it's hard to be your best every week. I think just the good teams find a way.
Just
to
win, baby.
That's
it was the Raiders. It was the Raiders
Yep.
owner who said, "Just win, baby." Just
well, they got a good one on Monday night. They got a good one next Monday. Buccaneers.
Yeah,
that should be interesting.
All their receivers are
Evans
hurt.
is back.
Yeah, but even then, like, Buccaneers fought pretty hard against the Falcons. I was honestly scared at one point. I was like,
Baker Mayfield for what he's
Baker
done
Mayfield, man.
He was.
Well, they got some running backs, and then
I may not like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but my God, I'm loving Baker Mayfield right now.
Bucky.
I kind of do like him.
Nice, talented back this year.
Oh, he's fun. I'm really looking forward to this November 17th.
That's great.
I'm really looking to November 17th because it's going to be the Chiefs and the Bills. I'm excited for that one when it comes around.
Always fun to upset the Bills Mafia. Always enjoy it.
Really, after that game, you guys have nobody to finish off the season. Seriously, that's like the best game you guys have in the playoffs.
The division games are always tough. The Broncos, the Chargers,
actually no. Sorry,
Raiders,
take that back. You guys got to play the Texans in December. That could be interesting.
Texans, and don't sleep on Denver. That's a team.
Denver and
better this year.
And San Diego, or not San Diego, the Chargers, wherever the hell they play.
LA, they're in LA now. Puna
Yeah.
Chargers. Yep.
Wherever the hell they play.
We'll just call it Puna quarters.
I've got so I've got a parting thought. I will give a trigger warning. If you're bothered by dead animals from hunting, then you should probably just.
We live in the South.
We'll see you tomorrow night if you're bothered by dead animals from hunting, because we got a Patrick Henry boy. We're going to shout out
we're in the South, baby. We're in the South.
Off-field exploits. Matt Gohagan, who we've talked about extensively, had a heart transplant this summer. Doing well enough to get in the tree stand this week, and broke in the new heart with a big.
Yes,
look at that.
That's a good one.
That is a nice deer. That's nice.
A good one. Yes,
I told you last year I went to a football game and Nathan Corley had one in the back of his truck at halftime. So it's a regular occurrence.
Yes.
Regular occurrence at Patrick Henry.
Yeah, it is funny to see, dude, Patrick Henry football games is just a different animal, man, isn't it? It is really something different over there. I don't know what they put in the coffee over there, because I know they sell coffee over there, but whatever they put in that coffee, those people will come and drink it, man.
Whatever you bring. Whatever you bring to put in the coffee, Bubba.
That game I was at against Cotton Prep, I enjoyed everything about that game. That's one of my favorite football atmospheres that I've gone to this year. That and
ain't no ATV, Bubba. Ain't no ATV, Bubba. It's horseback. They ride back there on horseback, and they jump off of there, and they cut them with the knife.
I'm just going to say this. For any Patrick Henry people watching right now, you guys are some of the best football fans I've ever seen, in my time here in the Low Country, because it's just a different thing over there, and
I'll tell you what.
The concession stands isn't a concession stand. It's a restaurant.
Like a restaurant.
It is. It was great going over there. I enjoyed it, and it was a cold night too. It wasn't like a nice,
it was chilly.
Evening. It was a bit chilly over there, but
and they were selling
hot chocolate. They were selling hot chocolate.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Oh, they do it up. Well, you're a long way from anywhere, so you got to be able to get whatever you need.
They had two concession stands going. That's insane.
Yeah,
that's just
they
crazy.
do it up, man.
They do it.
You should have seen the baseball games during that state championship run too. Oh boy!
Well, me and Wes went.
Yeah, you went. Right field mafia is in full effect.
Yes. But, that's something else, man. Yeah, the fireworks and everything.
Well, hey boys, I think this ought to do it. But good show tonight. Enjoyed it. Yep. Don't know what happened to our little thing at the top. It went away at some point.
Yeah, it was weird.
There it is. Somebody must have accidentally clicked it. But good show tonight. Enjoyed it. Talked about a lot of stuff. There's still a football game that is
pretty much
sort of in play still. 11-point game, 7 minutes left. It's not over, but it is Daniel Jones and the Giants. So
no, it's over.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Kevin Libby, for your entertainment in the comments.
Thank you.
Thanks to all of our sponsors, especially the OGs, Mickelson Law Firm, and we may have a new one. Max is working on a new sponsor, so hoping to have news about that real soon. But thanks to everybody involved, all of you who showed up to listen or watch despite the sports equinox. And we'll be back tomorrow night to do it again. Let you know what all's going on. We'll let you know who won that Class 4A state golf championship. I'll let you know about the region cross country meet out at LaVille and whatever else we can scare up. And maybe we update those power rankings. Could be a good day to do that. Yeah. We'll see what all we scare up for you tomorrow night on the LowcoSports Lowdown. Show up at 9:30 to see what we're talking about and hang out for a while. But thanks so much to everybody involved in this one. And until the next one, for Max Araj and Wes Kerr, I'm Justin Jarrett. Go Loco.
The LowcoSports Lowdown podcast is a production of Lowco Media LLC and LowcoSports.com, an independent media outlet providing grassroots local sports coverage in the South Carolina Lowcountry. We are sustained by community support from sponsors and patrons like you. Get in the game with a monthly pledge of $1 or more at patreon.com/LowcoSports to keep us going and growing. Go Loco!